All right, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend to you guys. Amen to you guys. And like I said, let's get to it. So this topic is about my personal opinion, my personal opinion, my personal opinion on where I see what's going to happen with the economy for the United States. All right. I know not a lot of people are speculating a crash, but I'm speculating a crash. And I want to talk about some insight here for you guys because, this has everything to do with trading, right? Those of you that day trade day in and day out, you should already see this. And I want to highlight, not Bitcoin. I don't know why I'm on Bitcoin here. Not Bitcoin, okay? It has nothing to do with Bitcoin or crypto. But I want to highlight, some given factors here for you guys. And I'm going to go to the monthly chart, not on Bitcoin. I apologize. And I'm going to start with Nasdaq. This is Nas 100. So this is Nasdaq here. If we were to go back, all right, let's go back here. In 2008 and 2009, I want to hop in and showcase to you guys because this is very important. This is unheard of, right? This is really crazy, right? In 2008 and 2009, the best time to buy the stocks, right, in the stock market, right, was back in 2009, right? And if you missed out, you could have came back here in 2010 and 2012 and 2013, and you can see how much things started going right in 2016. If you guys don't remember, in 2016, Trump became president, and he drove businesses up. This is crazy, skyrocketed, right? The question is, when is this gonna fall? And if it's ever, and will it ever fall? It's gotta fall, right? And I wouldn't be surprised by the end of this year, we probably will start seeing this bubble to burst. People are talking about this market bubble, right? And I wouldn't be surprised. I want you guys to think this through and look at my perspective on this, and where I'm seeing with this, because some people look at this and they're like, oh, well, the market's just gonna keep going up. Well, yeah, it can keep going up, but do you really want to fall for, how high the market's going to keep going, right? Eventually it's going to come crashing down even harder. Okay? So whatever happened last year during COVID was just a brief, right? And it's crazy because I want to be, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised they had COVID hit to where they put the rates so low to make people buy houses at a high price value, and people were outbidding for homes last year like crazy, and even now too. But last year the home prices were skyrocketing, like up 30-40% over the market value. Yes, rates are low, and I'm gonna hop into S&P 500. So I don't want to talk too much about the housing market because there's some articles I want to talk to first. Before that, S&P 500, same setup as Nasdaq, right? If we were to look back in 2009, right? I don't know why they didn't show 2008 and all this stuff, but you can see how high it's been up, and it's been up. It's been up for 12. This would be the 12th year that it's been up. So in 12, yeah, more than 10 years. So I want to say almost every 10 years, you get a chance to see something, right? Or almost every time a new president comes in, you get a chance to see where the markets are going, right? And so things are starting to catch up, and this is the S&P 500 on the monthly charter. And like I said, don't take my word for it. Take a look at how high the market's been up since 2009. Okay, look at US 30. Yeah, this was in 2009, the best time to buy the dip, right? And it came all the way up. So you can see the price at around 7,000, and it went almost to 36,000. So we're talking, I mean, if I were to talk at the wick at 6,000 to 36,000, you're talking 30,000 in points. And that's massive gains if you were to buy stocks way back, 11, 12 years ago. So this is very important to pay attention to because I've been looking at this for quite some time this whole year, and people were speculating that because of COVID has happened, we are probably facing a recession last year, but that was just a quick fix. And the reason why I say it's a quick fix because I'm going to highlight this and this, and this was when the pandemic hit in the United States when Trump announced the in March 2020 when they announced the pandemic for the COVID-19. Wall Street fell. Gold went up. Gold went up to like I believe almost $2,000 a value. If I'm correct, it was like 1900, 1980, I think it was. So gold went up, but everything else fell. And so, and then when they started, the reason why Wall Street and all them was going back up is because of the stimulus package. So think about that. And and now, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we're in this phase where there's so much speculation, undecided factors, and the economy is about to burst somewhere, right? Why would the economy go into a more positive side effect versus a negative side effect, right? And so I want you guys to be mentally prepared when the financial markets are going to be coming down. And when they do come down, you have to be, well prepared financially. And I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about having the brains, right? But have the money to back yourself up. Have a backup plan, emergency backup plan financially. And so that's why I'm talking a lot about this. I know there's very few people on YouTube that talk about this, and I'm just giving you guys like legit honesty out of me. I'm not hiding anything here, and I want you guys to look at the charts here. And as a trader, you should be looking to see when the next biggest crash is going to be, so you can short the market, make that kind of money, right? Especially as a trader, you know what I'm saying? So I want to hop into this article here, and it talks about it's a tough market for buying a home, and here's how buyers are doing it. I've seen, like to be honest, I'm starting to see more homes for sale, and the big question is, what happened to the mortgage forbearance that's about to end, right? And so, let's talk about bidding wars are clearly a sign of supply and demand. Yep, I do agree with that. It is. The supply and demand, competitive housing market. Okay, right. There is a lot of overbuilding. Now, I'm gonna go into mortgage forbearance here because I want you guys to really let's see. New forbearance plan. Ooh, this is interesting. So, also noted an uptick in both new plans and re-entries to the program, primarily among VA and FHA loans. The number of active forbearances dropped by 22,000, 1.4%. Black Knight said new plan starts have been trending higher. That both new starts and restarts are primarily occurring among FHA and VA loans. At the end of the reporting, 473 GSE loans. Black Knight says that there have been 218,000 plan exits over the first half with plan extensions. Oh yeah, I forgot to guys tell you that. I believe that there's a mortgage forbearance, from what I've read so far, a mortgage forbearance extension plan. And so, which is really weird because Biden mentioned about ending everything, right? And then we have evictions coming out too. We have a lot of evictions, right? Because landlords are not getting their rent money. And think about the banks that only get their mortgages, the mortgage payments. And so it's almost a given factor. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's almost a given factor that I wouldn't be surprised that the markets end up, crashing. And the first thing that's gonna come down is what? The stock exchange. and then the housing market, and then you're gonna start seeing all these, consumer prices, right? All the goods, all the consumer goods going down. And so we gotta remember the amount of inflation that has happened this whole summer, right? Even car prices were up for used cars, for used even trucks, right? Pickup trucks were the most expensive vehicles to buy. Just for a used pickup truck was 30, 40, 50% above the value. Crazy, right? And so I want you guys to really think about how high, inflation has been, what they've been trying to do to boost the economy to go up, right? The stimulus packages. Now we got this infrastructure bill, and also another stimulus tax bill. So we'll see how that all plays out by October. And like I said, things are just starting to unravel itself. And don't take my word for it. Do your research on this. And I'm just giving you guys my personal opinion on what I'm seeing for the markets right now. And you have to be financially prepared and also mentally prepared at the same time when the time does come. And I do, another thing is why I didn't buy a house last year or this year is because you have to be prepared when the markets come down. The value of the house is going to go down. Why would it go up anyways? And so, like I said, do your research. And this is just my personal opinion on where I'm going with this with the economy for the United States. And if you guys see what I'm seeing, great. If not, it's fine too. Like I said, do your due diligence and make sure you look at this because you never know what's going to happen with the markets tomorrow. Well, obviously it's the weekend, but I mean, what I'm saying is that it's a given factor, right, of what we've seen so far, and for the future right now for the economy, and also pay attention to Europe's economy, pay attention to the other countries' economies as well. Not just the United States, but other countries are facing almost the same factors of the housing market and what they're doing trying to stimulate their economy. All the central banks are in this. Why would one central bank do something different than the others that don't, right? All the central banks are tied to each other. The central banks control and manipulate the prices and the inflation, right, in the economy. We don't control any of that. We can only anticipate what's going to happen with the markets, right? So there you guys have it. And other than that, have a have a happy weekend, positive, stay safe, and make a difference, guys. Inspire to make a difference, guys. Like I said, it's not about me. It's about you guys, man. You create that legacy, create that positive future, and don't ever give up on your goals. And whatever you want to pursue in life, go do it, man. Go do it. Don't ever give up. I believe in all you guys. All right. Peace out.